Hello everyone, my name is Amber. Welcome back to my channel, Amber Reads Romance. Today I'm going to be doing my TBR for the month of August. It's a little different this time around because I did decide to participate in the Romance Readathon that's going on for the full month of August. I've never participated in a month-long readathon, and I thought this was such a fun idea. It's so creative. Make sure to check out Maggie's video down below. It's Maggie's Books and Stuff. She created this readathon. I mean, she put so much work into this. I think it's so creative and fun. You can pick a different character and you're in that team. I decided to pick Seductress because it was like a widow, you know, and they're all historical romance type of like heroines. And she's like a widow looking for fun and, you know, not worried about what people think. And I thought that was a fun character. Obviously, it doesn't hurt that some of my favorite booktubers are also in that team. The two team leaders in that is Tiff Talks Pages, who's like one of my favorite booktubers, and Crystal's Bookish Life, who I love her. She's so amazing at like giving really authentic, real reviews on historical romance and all romance in general. I just think she's such a great follow. So I'm really excited to be on the Seductress team. And then obviously one of my favorite booktubers is Jen at the Book Refuge, and she's also on that team. So I think it's going to be really, really fun. I hope you guys want to participate. Please check Maggie's video down below for a lot better instructions and what's going on. They also have a Discord, which I've never done Discord before, and it's been really fun, like just chatting with different, you know, people that like love books. There's so much going on in that chat. So it's a lot of fun. Like I'm already having a good time on Discord, and we haven't even got to the readathon yet. So I definitely recommend checking it out. Like, and if you don't want to do like full out like the readathon, they're fine with you just still joining, being part of the chat, being part of the community. It's just a lot of fun. So I'm really, really excited for this month to kind of read some more historicals, because I'm going to go over the point system. So you get a certain amount of points per like the amount of pages that you read per book. And you also get bonus points if it's a historical romance, LGBTQ, or a BIPOC author, and then romance in general. Obviously, I only read romance, so I'm going to do fine on that. I'll always get those bonus points. But basically, like, I'm just going to put the point structure up here, but it's like 1 to 99 pages, 50 points. The next page bracket, it's 100 points. So you can see it just keeps going up. It does cap at the 500 plus pages, so like that's as high as it goes. So anything over 500 pages, you get 500 points. And then the romance, you get a bonus of 25 points. Historical romance, a bonus of 50 points. And then if it's LGBTQ or a BIPOC author, you get a bonus of 50 points. So please check out her video down below. It's honestly, it's going to be so much fun, and I hope you guys participate. So my TBR is kind of a little bit more catered towards the readathon because there are some buddy reads going on, and you know, I'm trying to read some more historical romance in there so I can get more of those bonus points. So let me just go ahead and dive right into my TBR, and I will start off with the buddy reads. So for the TBR, for my TBR of this Romance Readathon, there's a few buddy reads going on. There is one where it's The Scoundrels of St. James, I believe it's called, by Lorraine Heath. And I actually read the first book in that series already, so I'm not going to go back and reread it. I'm just going to go right into book 2. So there's a whole buddy read for that whole series kind of going on, and there's like a chat group and everything for the buddy read. So if you do decide you want to join, that's kind of fun. So for that buddy read, I have Between the Devil and Desire, which is book number 2. A Surrender to the Devil, book number 3. Midnight Pleasures with a Scoundrel, which is book number 4. And then there's The Last Wicked Scoundrel, which is kind of like a novella, book number 5. So the first few that I have were on Anyplay, so I definitely plan on just listening to those on audiobook. I didn't see The Last Wicked Scoundrel, so I might have to buy that, or, you know, just get it, buy it on, you know, Amazon or whatever. But definitely want to finish that series. Then I'm really excited because I've never read Beverly Jenkins, and everybody rants and raves about how amazing she is. So I'm going to read Indigo. I've heard that's like one of her best romances, and that's also on Anyplace. So I'm going to listen to that on audiobook. And then the other one that might be a buddy read, it's kind of in debate right now. I think it got enough votes to be a buddy read, but I'm going to reread Shanna by Kathleen E. Woodiwiss. I was hoping to get Wolf and the Dove, but I think more people were interested in Shanna, which is a pretty thick chunker of a historical romance. So hopefully we'll do that one. I might vlog that because that's one of my favorite. Kathleen E. Woodiwiss is one of my favorite historical authors, even though she's kind of from the bodice ripper type of generation where it's a little bit darker, little, you know, stuff that they don't really write in today's historical romances now. But I grew up as a younger kid reading those romances, and I loved them. So Shanna is like one of my favorites. I love a prickly heroine, and she is freaking prickly and a bitch, and I love it. So I'm definitely gonna try and read that. Hopefully it becomes a buddy read. So those are the main buddy reads for the readathon. So some other audiobooks that I want to listen to. I try to listen to audiobooks like every day when I'm at work. So I'm hoping I can listen to a few a week. It depends on how busy I get at work. Hopefully I'll be able to stick with that. So some of them that I want to read is The Surviving Trace by Kalia Reed. So Bestie Book Reviews always talks about this book. It's like a time traveling romance, historical romance. And they said it's better than Outlander. I don't know if it will be. I think they're two different types of books, but they rant and rave about this book. And I've never read Kalia Reed, and they tend to like really love her books after watching a few of their videos. So I really want to give her a try and give this book a try. So I'm going to listen to that on audiobook. And then this is kind of crazy. I've never read the Bridgerton series. So I decided this would be a perfect opportunity to finally read that first book. So I have The Duke and I by Julia Quinn. I'm sure all of you probably read that, and I'm like the only one that's late to this party, but I definitely do want to dive into that. And then I got Hawk by Serena Ackroyd. I was supposed to read that this last month, but it was a chunker of a book. Like, it's like 600 pages, and it's just an MC romance. I don't know why it's so long. And it just kind of intimidated me, like, to sit down and read that when I had so many other books that I had to keep up with. So it just came out on Audible. So I'm like, I just used the credit. I got that audiobook, so I'm definitely going to plan on reading that. And then I'll get a 500 points because it's a larger book. And then I also have Until You by Penelope Douglas. I loved The Bully, but I never continued on with the series, so I'm like, I need to dive back into that. I believe this is going to be from Jared's perspective, so it's like the same storyline, but like, you know, from his POV. So I hope it builds like other stuff in and makes it more in depth instead of just telling the same story again, because that kind of annoys me. But I have a feeling it'll be great because it is Penelope Douglas. So those are like the main audiobooks. I have a lot of audiobooks to read, so to listen to. So we'll see if I keep up with that. And then the main buddy read that we are going to do for Bestie Book Reviews and Bookmark by Jen, we do a buddy read each month. And it's going to be on my channel, so I'm really excited about that. And we are going to be reading one of my favorite authors, as you can see right here, Sophie Lark. We're going to read The Meeks. So I have to get that post up soon because we're going to be doing that, I believe, on the August 9th. I'm not positive. I might be giving you the wrong date again on that. But I will be posting soon about that on my Instagram and on my community page here. So please make sure, I hope you guys join us in reading The Minx. I've heard a lot of really amazing things about it. And there's no doubt it's Sophie Lark. I love her. So I'm not too worried. Although I did hear there's like pet play kind of stuff in it. And I'm not really into the whole like where they treat her like she's a dog or like treat her like a pet. That kind of grosses me out. But I'm going to trust Sophie and hopefully she'll do it right. So the rest of the books that I want to read, I really have had this on my TBR forever. And that's the Bait by Jade West. I saw a few people reading this on Instagram, and their reviews were just kind of blowing me away. So I really want to finally read Bait. I believe it's a CNC situation, and that's consensual non-consent, like kind of like the rape fantasy. So I kind of always was like, ooh, I don't know if I want to read that. But I mean, I love Untouchable. I love Descent, which is worse than that. So I think I'll love it. So I'm finally going to read that. I want to continue with Juliet Cross's Stay a Spell series, and I'm going to read Resting Bitch Face, which is going to be a second chance romance. You know, it's a vampire witch, and they've had a lot of history going on. Second chance doesn't always work for me, but with the way Juliet explained this, Juliet explained this, I think I'm really, really going to love it. And then I've had this on my TBR for the last few months, and that is Scoundrel of Her Own by Stacey Reed. I love Stacey Reed, but I was going to listen to this on audiobook. I tried the last 2 months, and I hate this narrator. The last book in this series I gave a low rating to because the narration was so freaking horrible, and I was like, oh, let's give it a chance this time. I tried a few different times to put it on, and I'm like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing that to Stacey Reed because it's probably going to be a 5-star book, and that narrator is going to make me want to rate it 3 stars. So I decided, put it off till this month where I need to read more historical, and I'll read it physically because I can't take that narrator again. She's literally the worst narrator I've ever heard in my life. She's breathy. She draws out the words, and I'll speed up my audiobook, and it's still so slow. Shut up. Anyways, so I'm dedicated. I'm going to read Scoundrel of Her Own this month. Then I've really seen a lot of places Scarlett Scott, and I haven't read her yet. So I'm going to read Lady Ruthless. That's another historical romance. So getting a lot more historical this month. And then I want to continue with the Horde King series. The next book I have is Madness of the Horde King, and that's by Zoe Draven. I'm really loving this Horde King series, but I'm always bad at series. I kind of go away and go to other series, so I need to head back to that and keep reading. And then I have a couple K Websters. So big one is that I pre-ordered The Untamed. If you saw our Wild and Free show, we read The Wild and the Free. To get prepared for this book. This is continuing the next generation after The Wild. It's about like 20 years later, and I'm so freaking amped for this book. So I'm getting The Untamed. I don't know when I'll get it because I ordered a physical copy, so I'm not sure how fast K Webster is going to get all those out, but I can't wait to get it and read it. And then I got to finish the duet. I read Triple Threat this last month, and then I need to read Death Wish. So it's a duet. It's the bad, like, evil triplets that were in her, like, Cinderella series. And they were, like, the bad guys in that. And for some reason, I was really enjoying their book and rooting for them. So I can't wait to read the second part. And then I have Ruined Scars by Neva Altaj. I want to keep going with that series because it's so well done. They're really quick mafia reads. I think the rest of my books are actually mafia reads on my list right here. So I also didn't get to the books that I wanted to this last month because of arcs and things that, you know, I got behind on. And that is Nikki Harris's His Pretty Little Burden and then His Pretty Little Queen. I really want to read these, but I told myself I would, you know, do a vlog on DNFs trying to redo it, so I actually have to stick it out and do that, and I put it off till the end of the month, so I need to finish that because I'm rereading Haunting Adeline, and we'll see how that goes. So I had to put these off, so I really want to sit with those, so I put them off. We're going to read them in August, so hopefully we'll get to those. And then Brutal Vows by J.T. Geisinger. I don't know why I put this one off, but it's part of one of my favorite Her Monsters and Queens series. And it's Spider's romance, and I think it's like an older woman maybe. I can't remember. I think she's a widow though. I can't remember, sorry. But I can't wait to read that because I love Spider in that series. And then the last one I have is Shielded Wrongs by Adelaide Forrest. Again, that's another one. That's a series I've been meaning to read, and I've just kept putting it off. So I need to continue with that series. So that's it. It's a long TBR. I have a lot. I don't know if I'm going to keep up with any of this. It's kind of a hefty TBR for me, but I really want to try and get as much as I can for this readathon. Please make sure to check out that video down below. I know Crystal's Bookish Life and I believe TikTok's pages both posted videos too, like for that announcement. So check out their videos too. And just, I hope you guys join the readathon. It should be a lot of fun. Let me know if you're going to join. It'll be so much fun, and I'd love to chat with you on the Discord and kind of, you know, keep the conversations going on these books. But that's going to wrap it up. Thank you so much for watching this. If you can, please remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.